Welcome to That's Good Sports. I'm Brandon. I'm going to dress just like Ryan Fitzpatrick until he throws more interceptions than touchdowns per night. Ryan Fitzpatrick looks like Conor McGregor who fucks harder. I actually can't wear the sunglasses because I can't see the teleprompter. But I borrowed my necklace from my wife.
It's nothing. I mean, I think we just have to stay humble, you know, and we got to make sure we know how to handle success and all those things, so we can't change who we are.
Fitzpatrick is a shining example of why we love watching NFL football. Nobody saw this coming from the Buccaneers, not even their head coach, Dirk Cutter, who was on the hot seat before week 1. Today, I'll recap the best and worst of the football week in NFL news. From more dumb penalties to mid-game retirements to my new hero, Ryan Fitzpatrick, and even drop kicks. Drop kicks in the NFL are a thing now, and I just want to educate you about what's important in football. Like this creepy dude checking out Broncos kicker Brandon McManus' butt on the sideline. You won't see the NFL throwing a flag for that. Who cares about the kickers' asses? That's good sports. I did a feature video on the Josh Gordon trade yesterday, so he won't be on today's list, but feel free to check out that video after you like this video and watch it with your mom. Tag me in your Instagram posts with pictures of you watching my show with your mom, at Brandon Perna. The number 7 story of the week. After we witnessed the Cincinnati Bengals dismantle one of the best looking teams from week 1 in the Baltimore Ravens, we were all left asking, how bad are the Buffalo Bills? The answer to that question was provided for us on Sunday at halftime of the Chargers-Bills game. The Bills are so bad that their starting corner Vontae Davis retired at halftime. He joined the Bills this offseason from the Colts, and after just 6.5 quarters of play for Buffalo in 2018, he was like, nah, fuck this shit, I'm done. I'm not sure what's worse, a player retiring at halftime or the Buffalo Sheriff's Office now willing to eject and possibly criminally charge fans who jump through tables in the parking lot while tailgating before Bills games. How are we supposed to know how much Bills fans love their terrible team if they're not risking death or serious injury at least 8 times a year? Well, fear of incarceration did not stop Bills fans from entertaining us on Football Sunday. That woman was not arrested or ejected because we all know hot white girls never go to jail. Unless it's so they can make a hit Netflix show. The number 6 story of the week, Bills running back Taiwan Jones is lucky he's alive after getting hit in the face with Uchenna Nwosu's helmet. I'm not sure why the ref didn't blow this play dead as soon as the helmet was ripped off. That is what is supposed to happen. The refs have no problem throwing a flag for a harmless tackle on a quarterback in the name of safety, but when someone is genuinely in danger, they take the, let's just see what happens here approach. That's what happened with Taiwan Jones, and that is what happened with Brandon McManus. Protect the quarterback, but not a man's face or a man's precious, precious ass. Story number 5 of the week is this weird video posted by Broncos punter Marquette King. Yeah, he's the one making weird videos after the Broncos defeated the Raiders. Now, I like Marquette King. I support his creativity, but this doesn't make any goddamn sense, even for an art film. David Lynch watched this and was like, it needs more subtext. This video would have worked if Marquette King punted Chucky into the skyline. That's a fucking film. You have a beginning, a middle, and an end. You were betrayed by the money-hungry Jon Gruden. Chucky, we get that. You beat him with your new team, we get that. And then you punted his ass back to hell where he came from. I will note, Marquette is drinking one of my favorite affordable wines, Michael David's Freak Show, which has been on sale a lot at the new King Soopers liquor store, which I said needs to be Marquette King's new sponsor and nickname. King Soopers, the Marquette of punting. King Soopers is a grocery store in Colorado for anybody who doesn't get that joke. Story number 4 of the NFL week. Chargers corner Desmond King earned the lamest unsportsmanlike conduct penalty in NFL history.
A possible disqualification.
So there you go, that.
Oh man, King, you should have known that the NFL competition committee added the no in sync rule to the rule book this offseason. You can't tell a player to go. And honestly, that's a very good rule. Let me know in the comments which King clip is more baffling, Marquette's video or Desmond King's penalty. The number 3 NFL story of the week. The referees robbed the Packers of a victory by flagging Clay Matthews for unnecessary roughness on a 3rd down stop in the 4th quarter. Because of this hit on Kirk Cousins, the Packers had to tie the game. This hit was neither rough nor unnecessary. I don't know how many more ways I can complain about how shitty or stupid or shitty stupid this fucking rule is. It just makes me mad. I can point out that former heads of officiating Mike Pereira and Dean Blandino both think this rule is bullshit. These are guys who usually defend the NFL's rules, and Pereira said, and I quote, "This is setting a dangerous precedent, and you can't have this as a foul." Now don't expect this shit to change anytime soon either, because the NFL backed the foul on Matthews. They said, no, this should definitely be a penalty. And Dan Patrick revealed to me, yes, personally, that the Players Association only has one vote with the NFL competition committee. So the players basically have no say in how rules are installed in the game that they play for a living. Players' voices fall on deaf ears, just like US citizens' voices in Congress.
I don't know what else to do.
You know the NFL rules are getting fucking ridiculous when Ozark, the show on Netflix, finds a way to make fun of it.
Hey, buddy. What's the score?
By the time you're in the ground, there won't be any football. Not like this, anyway. National Flag Football League.
Netflix taking jabs at the stupidity of the NFL. Also, please tell Netflix to make That's Good Sports its first weekly football show. Story number 2 of the week. It is the year of the Patrick. I still can't see. First-year starter Patrick Mahomes is lighting it up in Kansas City. 10 touchdowns in the first 2 games. That is an NFL record. Ryan Fitzpatrick, second in touchdown passes with 8, first in yards with 819. And let us not forget Aaron Rodgers' girlfriend is Danica Patrick. I guarantee you one of those quarterbacks, one of those Patrick-infused quarterbacks will play in the Super Bowl this season. Mark my words. Week 1, you could have written off Ryan Fitzpatrick's performance, especially seeing the Saints barely defeat the Browns week 2, but seeing him throw 4 touchdowns against the Eagles defense makes me believe Ryan Fitzpatrick is ready to Nick Foles the shit out of this season, and it's because of his secret weapon. No, not deadly ball catchers like Mike Evans, O.J. Howard, and Desean Jackson, but the magic of increased touchdown throws and pocket protection given to bearded men only when they feel secure enough to engage in public beard kissing. The football gods reward sensual behavior like this when it appeals to both men and women. This act makes ladies wetter than Michael Phelps' armpits, and it makes men, especially bears, harder than field goals for the Browns or Vikings. If you appeal to women and men sexually, you shall be rewarded, as it states in the Bible, or the Necronomicon. And before we get to number 1, here are some noteworthy NFL stories that just didn't justify a full segment in Quick Hits. Seahawks Australian-born punter brought a touch of rugby to the NFL with this fucking awesome drop kick on Monday Night Football. Things are getting bad in Seattle when the biggest story of the game is that their punter is cool. The Eagles announced with this video that looks like a commercial for arthritis medication that Carson Wentz has been medically cleared and will start this week for Philadelphia. And here we are, the number one story of the week, which goes to a kicker. Hot bod Dan mother-loving Bailey. Vikings signed kicker Dan Bailey, as the Vikings proved when they tied the Packers that no matter how stacked your team is, one position can always fuck up your chances of winning. Rookie kicker Daniel Carlson, whose ancestors might actually be Vikings, missed a kick, and then missed the game-winning kick, and then missed another game-winning kick. If you stand in front of a mirror and say missed field goal 3 times, the ghost of Scott Norwood will appear. The Vikings cut Carlson, who was their 5th-round pick this year, and signed former Cowboys kicker Dan Bailey, who is the second most accurate kicker in NFL history behind only Justin Tucker. For some reason, the Cowboys decided to cut Bailey and keep free agent Brett Maher. Maher, if he's anything like his Uncle Bill, is going to be kicking the ball wide left every Sunday. In fact, so far left, even the liberals are like, what the fuck are you talking about, Bill? Side note, the Cleveland Browns signed rookie kicker Greg Joseph to replace Zane Gonzalez, who missed a bunch of kicks as well. The thing I learned, though, through this kicking mess is that America really needs another famous blind person other than Stevie Wonder. He is the only punchline for lazy jokes about not doing something well. Bad driver, you drive like Stevie Wonder. Bad kicker, you kick like Stevie Wonder. Bad husband, well, that was more Ray Charles than Stevie Wonder. Thanks for watching another episode of That's Good Sports. Please subscribe here on YouTube. Share this video with your friends and your mom. Don't forget to watch with your mom. I do a podcast every Thursday and Monday with Will Keys, at WillKeys6 on Twitter. He helps me write these episodes. Show him some love. And check out our podcast on iTunes, Podbean. That's Good Sports Podcast.